So we're actually going to go around to my big food plot in the front. We're going to throw some pelletized lime in here on top of the fertilizer that's left. That'll just save me even having to put it out with the bag spreader. I've got a little bit left in the hopper. I would say probably 100, yeah, probably 100 pounds in there, so maybe a little less, but we're going to throw the rest of that out on the front food plot. Get this thing finished up. All right, guys, about to put the lime and fertilizer out on this food plot. As you can see, I have not even tilled this one yet this year. I wanted to wait. There was no reason to. These fall food plots, you can just come back in here, mow it down really short and till it up. Not doing the buffalo system here, year one. We're gonna no-till drill the back one, but we're gonna do this one as normal, like we've always done them. So no reason to do a whole lot of prep beforehand. Guys, if you can see, it's pretty amazing. So we've been upper 90s now for a month. Hot. We ain't had a rain probably 2 or 3 weeks, but I have still got clover in here. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's just, you can tell everything's burning up, but still got browse in here for the deer. So, you know, if you guys thinking about an annual plot, clover is definitely the way to go. I may try to put together a video on how to make clover go. It is a lot more work than just a fall food plot. But anyway, so I'm gonna get out here, get this spread, go ahead and get the fertilizer and the lime out, and then I will have to come back here in the dust bowl and till it in. So that's what we're doing now. Let's go. All right, guys, it's time to put some seed in the ground. Taking a little bit of a risk planting. This is a couple weeks early for me, but it looks like we've got some really good weather coming, and it doesn't seem to be getting too hot on the back side of it. So I've got winter wheat to put on this plot, and we also got peas, and then I'm going to top seed it with some clover chicory mix and get this thing in the ground. Like I said, hopefully we got several chances of rain coming, lower temperatures, and then hopefully that's going to last long enough that we start that downward trend. So here we go, let's get it finished up. So one of the reasons I went ahead and decided to go ahead and plant, not only is the weather cooling and we have rain coming, I've got this soil in a consistency that is really good. So a lot of tilling on this ground. Of course, this is my food plot that I've had for this will be the 23rd year I've planted it. So knowing that if I don't get the seed in the ground before the rain gets here, after having this tilled up so fine, that it would be really tough to dry out in time, possibly. So I'm gonna take that risk and go ahead and get some seed in the ground. Winter wheat, guys, is still my go-to. For us here, it grows good. It's very attractive to the deer throughout most of the season, and it takes quite a bit of browse pressure, and it's relatively inexpensive. You can buy it at your local cooperative for about, I think it's 17 or 18 bucks for a 50-pound bag. I'm going to put out 3 50-pound bags on this 1 acre food plot. It will be seeded heavy. I do like a lot of winter wheat in my plot. And then I'm also going to add in a winter pea, and I'm also going to add in a clover. I picked up a local clover at one of the local stores, and I'm just going to top seed that. It's got a little bit of chicory in it for next spring, so that I've got clover in next spring once we mow out. So that's the plan. We're going to get filled up and get the seed put out. Guys, got all the winter wheat in. Now it's time for the peas. We got 50 pounds of winter peas. Winter peas are a great attractant early, and when they pop up and come up good, hugely attractive to the deer. However, once they eat, the pea is gone. So if you've got a pretty good vast number of deer, they can wipe you out, and literally you will not have any pea. So you want to put this with something, and so I've put it with the winter wheat. Now I've got a small section here that I've carved out on its own, kind of a little notch, and it's going to be my pea patch. So I'm going to come in here really heavy with peas, and then I'll take the rest of the peas that are left and just kind of go over the whole 1 acre section of the plot and just kind of disperse them evenly. But we want to make a pea patch to make that really attractive, and it's not very far from the stand. So that's the idea behind it. So we're going to get the peas put out now. So remember, on this winter wheat and the peas, both of these need to be covered with dirt. And so after I get the peas out, we're going to put the drag on the tractor and drag the plot, and maybe even coal pack it just as an added bonus to make sure we get that seed to soil contact. So that's what we're doing now. All right guys, so I actually put about 25 pounds out on this little 1/4 acre pea patch, if you will. Then I'm gonna take the rest of these, this other 25 pounds, and I'm just gonna lightly go over most of the plot. I'm gonna start in the center and just kind of work my way out, and just wherever the bag ends is where it ends. The main thing is I wanna see just how attractive heavy peas can be in a food plot, and I also like to know how long they actually last into the season. I did put winter wheat with the pea spot here, but we'll just see. That's kind of an experiment. I love to experiment and see what works good. So I'm gonna get the rest of these peas put out, and then we'll hook up the drag and start dragging it in. All right guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Put a little bit of clover chicory mix. This is just some I bought locally with my handy dandy spreader. And I'm gonna just put it in lightly. This is just to top seed. We've already got this drug down flat. The seed is in the ground good. I'm not gonna cold pack it because I got the seed in such a good situation. And the reason I got it in a good situation is we've been in a drought, like always, typical for us, and we got a 1/2 inch rain 2 days ago. And I came in here immediately, got this disced up with that moisture in the ground, knocked all the dust down, got that soil to a real good consistency. I actually tilled it in about 4 or 5 times and really got it to a powdery consistency. And that's why I decided to go ahead and plant. We've got some cooler weather and rain coming. So it is a little bit early for me, but went ahead and decided to pull the trigger. Again, this is just to ensure that we have clover in the spring of next year, so that this is just not a weed plot. ended up with about 200 pounds of 10-20-20 fertilizer. I put 200 pounds of pelletized lime, and I put 150 pounds of winter wheat. I put 60 pounds, or it may have been 50 pounds, 50 pounds of winter peas. And then I top seeded it with a 1 acre clover blend. Got a little chicory in it. So everything's drug in, guys. Everything's finished up. Fingers are crossed. We're a little bit early on this. Typically we wait a few weeks before we plant, but long range weather's looking good. So we went ahead and got the seed in the ground. The soil was right. It was the best time to do it. So guys, stay tuned. To my next video, we will show the no-till drill. We're actually doing my back food plot with the no-till drill, and all of Chris's place with the no-till drill. And so be looking for that one. And as always, guys, I thank y'all for watching. As always, God bless.